Welcome back to Alvion's Creations TV. We're on day 4 of Mermaid Tales, and today we're going to make a mermaid-inspired soap. So, let's create. We are going to start with the embellishments that are going to go on top of the soap. And I found a mold, a mermaid tail mold on Amazon. And all I poured in there to make these little tails is melting pour soap and then a little mica powder to get the green coloring. And then I let them sit for an hour and I'm popping them out. Then I'll just take like a little soap tool and clean all the excess from around it. Next, I am going to mix my colors together, and here I'm just pouring a little grapeseed oil in each. And I have a sage color and then the mica, the matte mica peacock blue color powder. And I'm going to mix these up really good and make sure they mix very well. Now we're going to start with the soap. I am pouring some extra virgin olive oil in here. I'm measuring it by grams. And next I'm going to add the cold pressed coconut oil. You can purchase all these items at Sam's Club. And then here is the shea butter that I'm going to add. And now I'm going to take the temperature. It is 101.9. So now it's time to blend all of those together just for like a minute or so to make sure they're all blended well. And then I'm going to take the temperature again, and it is 92.3. So now it is time to pour the hot lye in, and I'm just going to stir that up a little bit before I blend it. And you want to blend until it gets that little milky texture, which you're seeing here. You're going to constantly see me blending and taking the temperature just to check it out because it is extremely hot. So if you're going to be making this type of soap, I want you to learn about life safety first before you start making soap like this. Okay, so you just constantly want to keep mixing and checking the trace. And here I don't have a trace just yet. So now it's time to add the fragrance oil. I'm going to use the rest of the fragrance oil that we used to make the bath bombs on day 1 or day 2, I believe. And you see me here, I am mixing. It still has that milky texture, but it doesn't have like a medium trace just yet. So we're going to constantly keep blending. Alright, so after letting it sit for just a few minutes so that it could get thick, I should have a medium trace by now. See, and it came out great. So now I'm going to split it into 2 bowls, and I'm going to be adding my colors right on in. And since it's already a medium trace, I am not going to use the blender anymore. I'm just going to stir those in, because if you blend them, it's going to be very difficult for you to pour it into the mold. That sage green color is so beautiful. It looks very good on camera and in person. So now I'm going to go ahead and mix the blue color. I just had to zoom in so you can see the color once I stir it up. And don't worry, it might look light now. If you're, afraid about that, you can add more mica to it. But in a month, it's going to be blue. So don't worry about that. So now I'm getting my mold ready, and I'm going to layer it by color. So I'm adding the blue in first and then the green color, just enough. And I'm going to just push those down a little bit into the holes, and then I'm going to layer the blue on again, and then we're going to finish that off with the green on top. All right, once you smooth those in, just slam it on the counter like maybe 3 times. And I'm so sorry I forgot to add the video in to put the mermaid tails on top. I thought I pressed record, but I didn't, so I'm so sorry. But I am taking it out of the mold after I let it sit for 24 hours, and it is time to cut it. In that process, you want it to gel pretty good. So what I did was put a piece of cardboard over my mold and a towel so that it could go through the gel phase, so that it will come out like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just gonna come out really good. It's a clean cut. In a month, the soap is gonna be ready to use. So enjoy the cutting process. During the cutting process, it is so fun to see what the middle of each soap is going to look like, because most of the soaps do not look the same in the middle. And the mermaid tails were slightly just a little too big, so they might be cut off at the tip just a little bit. I did not want to stand them up in the soap because then they would break off, so I just like pushed them down and laid them down. And here's my last piece here. I'm just gonna cut that. That can be a sample piece at the end. So if you want samples, I'll cut them down for you. And check out how beautiful these soaps came out. Even if you order a soap, you're still gonna get majority of the mermaid tails. And look, they're so different, but so cute. So thank you.